What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, got a little bit of a side project here. Just refurbishing the old compressor. Now, the old girl has done her job for a long time, but a little bit tired. Motor recently packed up, and compressor head has a lot of wear in it. It's not doing too good. So came across a company on eBay and they were doing a replacement motor and compressor head. I'll stick a link in the description. So basically we're just going to do a bit of refurbishment on this old girl. So let's take a quick look at the motor. Cut the straps off it and the tape, so it's just easy to pop open. And now can I do this one-handed? Nope, can't. Let me just put the camera down and we'll pick this back up. Anyway, 3 horsepower motor, and I mean, what does it say? Yeah, it's a big electric, well, not that big, but it's an electric motor. So one of the reasons why I decided to go with a complete kit rather than just the motor on its own. Like I said, I don't know what that compressor head is like. It's I know it struggles to make 100 psi, and it's like, you know what, let's just bite the bullet and go with a complete new setup. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the motor. Let's get the compressor head. Same deal, I've just cut the tape off there. So let's see what we get in here. Obviously there's a compressor head. That's good. Does come with oil. Excellent. Put him over there. That, I believe, is an air filter. Yep. And the actual compressor head itself. Now then, I'll lift this out. No, you know what, let's just put the camera down. I don't want to drop it. And there we go. The only thing we don't appear to come with is a belt. So, but yeah, it looks well made. It's I don't know what else is to say about it really. I got the oil fill. Yes. So hookup is there. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So first thing I'm going to do is let's get this one broken down, and yeah, we'll start figuring things out from there. You may notice that I've actually got some of this covered in plastic. That was because I've already given the tank and everything a good pressure wash. So just wanted to get it all, you know, make it a bit cleaner for working on. So I think the first thing I need to do is get this out of this finger protector out of the way, and then we'll take it from there. Well, I've got one bolt left holding this damn thing on, and it's just under there and it's putting up quite a fight. So I'm going to try and get this leaned over onto the door pillar and see if I can get an angle grinder in and just whip the nut off. Just whip the nut, whip the bolt off. Okay, that I'm pretty sure got it off. Why? What is holding this thing now? There we go, that's it. God damn. That did not want to come off, but it did eventually. So next thing is I'll loosen this off, the pipe work, and then it's just a matter of pop the belt off and oh, I've seen better days, haven't I? What the hell hit that? Who knows? Anyway, let's get this belt off and then we'll get this fitting off and we will get everything unbolted. So I think what I'm going to do is I can get to most of these bolts on all four sides, so I think I'm just going to crack these and lift the entire unit off, and I can just separate it all on the bench. And also I can play around, because obviously I'm going to have to I'm assuming that the bolt pattern on the new units are not going to be the same as this one. Yeah, she's seen better days, hasn't she? Yeah, I think it's... she'll not be able to spin it quite that easily. Anyway, yeah, let me get these cracked off and we'll lift the whole unit away. There we go. So, quite simply, 4 bolts on each, and it'll pop off. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll get these off, I'll set the new ones in place, and then we'll just figure out if I need to re-drill any holes or anything like that. I'm temporarily reusing that belt because I forgot to get one, and obviously I don't know, I assumed there might have been one with the kit, but there wasn't. So, well, that's them sat on there. Surprisingly, the motor itself, I think the motor may fit. We can go ahead and start actually mounting them onto the actual base here. So one thing I have noticed that I'm quite happy about is that this one lines up there nicely. So I should be able to get away with just the motor will mount directly to there. The only one I'm going to have to mess with is the compressor head, but we will get to that shortly. Well, so far everything's gone quite nicely. One thing I'm not really doing is I'm not explaining the wiring. Mainly legal reasons. If I give a wiring diagram for this and you get it wrong and set your garage on fire, yeah, liability and all of that. So I'm not going ahead and posting a wiring diagram for this. Sorry, but you know, that's the way it is these days. You've got to protect yourself. Anyway, I am overall quite happy with this. The only complaint I've got is there is no cable retainer there. That plastic retainer was missing, so I've actually had to locate one elsewhere. But other than that, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, anyway, let's get this top on and then we will get this mounted. So, got the first hole marked there. So I'll get that drilled and then I'll do the other 4. I'm using these original bolt holes that are in here because they're elongated, so I can move the motor back and forth to get it actually aligned properly. So, well, one little design feature of this that I'm not overly fond of. Basically, my thought was just to cut the mounting plate with a larger hole so it could countersink these, but the sump there actually prevents you from doing that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put a couple of spacers on like that on all 4 corners. Mainly just, I would feel happier if that had a bigger footprint, you know. So yeah. Okay, way over there I've got the plate now in white primer and drying them, so I'm going to go just hit the tank now again, just give it a good clean down, and then we'll bit of primer and okay, hopefully you can hear me over the compressor. But yeah, this is not a high-end paint job. This is just a quick sand, quick prime and a quick throw some paint on just to make it look tidy. So basically, yeah, there she is. I'm going to go and grab the doodad mounting thing in a moment. Technical term, by the way. And yeah, we'll give that a shoot that with some paint as well, and then call it good. Well, there we go. She's looking a lot better there now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put her inside, leave her overnight to dry. and then tomorrow morning first thing we'll get up and we'll start installing everything. Last thing we need to do is actually the air line there, and there's the actual little copper line that goes to the air valve. So, but yeah, you know what, it's turned out okay, quite happy with it. So let's get it all packed up for tonight. Well, it's morning and it's raining, but we are back on the compressor. Now you may notice something different. Yeah, I changed my mind and I started painting that plate flat black. Full disclosure, the reason I did that was when I was painting it yesterday on the bench, I forgot to turn it around and paint this side. So I was looking at it and it was like, you know what, let's just hit it with some flat black. That patch in the middle, the motor sits there, so you know, you're not going to see it. The motor of the compressor, okay, compressor head sits there, it doesn't matter, one of them does anyway. So, but today I'm going to clean that guard up, and then we're going to get this, while that's painted and drying, we're going to do some assembly on this, get everything bolted up into place, and then, yeah, we will take it from there. So, without further ado, let's do some sanding. Okay, he's now nicely sanded and painted. Or primed anyway, so let him sit and dry. Let's get on and do a little bit of assembly over here. Okay, so the compressor head is now mounted. I have had to elongate the holes a little bit more for the motor. I've just given them a quick lick of paint there just to let them dry up. So yeah, I think while I was going to put the oil in the compressor head, but don't want to do that just yet because I do need to tip this onto its side, so yeah, let's just leave that for the moment. But we'll let that paint dry and then we'll get the motor mounted and we'll give it a spin. Well, there we go, it's all nicely mounted there, and yeah, spin like that, I do believe. Pardon? Yeah, I know the feeling. Excellent. So next thing is let's get it mounted onto the tank, and then that just leaves the primary air line which goes from under there, and then the secondary feed which activates the solenoid, the off switch. So yeah, pressure switch, get it right. Well, sitting in place there, obviously not bolted down, but yeah, first test fit, I'm more than happy with that. That looks good. Very, very pleased. Hello. Let's see if it all works. Well, you may notice that I've spun it around. I just was not happy at how close this was to the pressure switch. So what I've got to do now is figure out a pressure line from here round the back to the tank. Another problem I've run into is this fitting on here. I have no idea what it is. It doesn't correspond with anything I've got. So what I'm going to have to do is pop that off and maybe take a look at one of the local plumbing centres. See if I can find something that will do. What I'm thinking is if I can find something to adapt that to that, and it's just a matter of routing a pipe around with a couple of compression fittings. So yes, well, that's all installed there, except cannot fit the guard at the moment because it's actually the wrong way around. I need to basically take the mesh out, flip it onto the other side, tack it back in, so I'll do that at a later stage. The other thing I also need to do is I need to actually connect the compressor head to the tank. I need to hit the plumbing centre for that. It is Sunday today, they're not open, so that's probably going to be tomorrow, or I'm not sure if this video is out yet or whether this one will come out first. but I am heading back home with the VW camper van. What I may do is I may leave that until I'm actually back home with the compressor, and then I'll go to the plumbing centre there and get it finalised. But yeah, it's otherwise. There she goes. Excellent. So I am very happy with that. Yeah, it's come together quite nicely. So I am gonna end this video here. Obviously the compressor isn't finished, but I will give an update once I get it sorted out. But for now at least, you know, the motor runs nicely, the compressor head spins, you know, you can feel she is certainly pumping a lot of air there. So yeah, I am going to call it here. So yeah, thank you for following me along on this little journey. We'll be back to the Transit, the Jeep and the VW in upcoming videos. So yeah, stay tuned, take care and have a good one.